my name is Ansgar.
My name is Sam.
And we're reviewing the multiplayer portion of Trackmania Turbo today. So if you want to watch the single player portion, we'll have it linked or annotated somewhere around here. I don't know, and a link in the description as well.
Just in case you don't have annotations on, so you can click it.
There you go. And let's jump right into it here. So we're going to be looking at Hot Seat in multiplayer, which is one of many local multiplayer modes, which I think is really cool in this game. Yeah, so you'll have everything from split screen modes and a whole bunch of stuff that we'll get into. But here for Hot Seat, you can choose from a random track generator, which will generate any type of track from any length in any environment, and it'll always be random.
Yeah,
so
I'll just give you a quick. You can change the mood between where the setting of the sun is pretty much for the lighting, and then obviously mini, small, medium, and large size, and then even random, so you can have a totally random and between all four environments.
Yeah, which is pretty cool, because if you get tired of playing the campaign tracks over and over, you can do that, or you can create your own track. But anyways, just for demo purposes, we'll jump into one of these campaign tracks here. And how this mode works, so we're in Hot Seat mode, and basically you get like a fuel tank, which is kind of like your life bar, and you pass the controller between basically as many players as you want, I believe.
Yeah, I think it records up to 16 people.
Yeah, and basically with that, someone will set a lap time, and if the next player doesn't beat their time, like their fuel tank will start depleting. However, it's also based on your overall lap time. So if Sam goes first and he doesn't do too well, he'll also lose some so-called fuel. So we'll see here. Right now, the blue player is flashing, which is Sam, so he's first up. And you can see his fuel tank there is depleting.
Right beside the time board, I guess you could call it, on the top right-hand corner. So obviously I picked a fairly short track, so it's fairly easy to explain.
There we go. Now I'll have a try at it. It's going to go really horribly, I bet. There we go. Okay, so now you can see red player is flashing, which is moi. And already I'm taking the rear here. Oh God.
Now you can, if you want, I think all the cars are still going to be a certain color based on how many cars or people you pick, but you can change the name instead of red to Sam, Ansgar, Blake, or
whoever,
or something like that. Whoever's playing with you, and then I'll just play some green for you.
And as you can see, like my player there, the red bar, has less life or fuel than Sam. And basically how this mode works is you keep playing until one of you basically dies or runs out of fuel. So once that bar completely depletes, then you're out of the race. So
as you can tell, neither of us for some reason can match my first drive through.
Beginner's luck.
So if I think now red goes. Yeah, so whoever's in last place now will, I think, always go until the last man standing, pretty much.
So let's see if I can work some magic. Nope, lost that opportunity.
Oh, he passed the green. So this game mode obviously is pretty much last man standing type idea. So
screwed up right before the finish line there.
And as you can tell, his life bar is fairly low now.
Yeah.
But I believe actually it's going to go back to red. Yeah. So whoever's last place will always keep going in last place till they run out of fuel, and then the next person will go unless red surpasses green, from what I believe. So yeah, this is
it's a pretty cool mode, I think.
Especially if you have one controller. Yeah. With pretty much you're at a party or whatever, and you want to bring out some Trackmania.
All right. But let's go ahead and jump into, I believe, our arcade mode here. So we'll see that. So that's our second multiplayer mode. And again, you have the option of going through random track generators.
I'll just quickly show you We'll go mini, so it'll load nice and quick.
Yeah, because the loading times it'll render the track out, so that depends how long the track is, and you actually have a choice of setting high quality or low quality lighting, so that will affect kind of the graphics of the game. But if you don't want to wait like 2 minutes for the track to finish rendering, just go low quality lighting, and it'll render much faster. So
while we're waiting for it to load, we'll kind of explain like what the arcade mode is. You pretty much have 3 tries to complete the best time you can.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much kind of like an arcade where you put in like a 25-cent coin and then you get 3 tries at it, or 3 lives or whatever. So as you can see, it's loading a track up.
There we go. Looks like a nice nighttime track here.
And as you can tell, it is very mini. And then we'll play this track. Because why not?
And then here's the lighting quality option. So we're just going to click fast.
Yeah.
And you can see it loading up here. There we go. 50%.
It's not too bad for obviously a mini track. So obviously with the longer ones that are like probably like, I don't know, probably a minute long.
Yeah. And if you hit like high quality rendering time and it's a really long track, then it might be up to 2 minutes or so. But you can always choose to just do it faster here. And then because we haven't done this on Sam's console yet, there's a little achievement we got. All right, so now it's just loading up the track again.
Yeah.
So with the random track generator, there are some loading times you have to go through. So if you just want to do a quick lap.
This is definitely something that when you do the random track, it's very like you are planning on playing that track for
a while.
A decent amount of time.
Yeah, so here we go. This one again works by passing off the controller. So again, if you don't have multiple controllers lying around, but you got 4 people over or something or more, this again is a great mode to entertain everybody. And here we go. Sam's doing pretty decent.
We'll just show you. So that was a fairly simple course. That won't be too hard to try out for everyone.
Yeah. And in this mode, you do have 3 tries basically to set your best
so
lap
just
time.
So everyone knows, pushing B like I just did, obviously I wasn't doing too bad, but it will take away a credit. So if you are used to, you know, playing,
restarting.
Yeah, if you're used to playing single player where you just mash the B button if one thing goes wrong, it'll kind of screw you over.
Yeah. There we go.
And you make your name. I'm just going to put S for sake of making it SMMM, apparently. And then we'll just quickly show double driver here as well.
So this again is a cool mode that I've never really seen before, where 2 players take control of one vehicle and it averages out every single aspect of the movement. So steering, acceleration, braking, everything here gets averaged out between Sam and I's input. And let's see if we can both beat Sam. There we go. So
if you're not really new to it, I'd almost let one person hold the stick to see which color you are that influences the car. So you can actually see what's going on.
Yeah. And I think the double driver mode in multiplayer is also really cool because if you've got like 4 people over or multiples of 2 people, you can have like teams and have like a team competition and stuff. So it's pretty cool. I really like the aspect of double driver in both the single and multiplayer. Like, I think is a really awesome mode.
Yeah. As you saw there, if one of us pushes the brake pedal, it'll actually change the whole color of the circle.
There we go.
And then as you can see, F and A, B, C, D kicked S, M, 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 but so that's just a quick showing of arcade and solo. You can pretty much go, I think it's pretty much infinite. You can keep going until you're pretty much done with it.
Yeah, so now we'll get into split screen, which this game has up to 4-player split screen. It's just me and Sam here though, so we'll show you the dual split screen.
I'll just show you that I have one track here, but that's pretty much obviously, if you made a whole bunch more, you'd have a lot more to show. I don't even really remember this one.
Yeah. Well,
I think actually this is the random track.
Yeah, this is
we
the
just
random
played.
track generator. Yeah.
So obviously, as you can tell, it'll save your random track. So if you actually thought it was a really good random track, it'll save it for you.
Yep. And we'll both connect here. And here we go. So standard split screen, again, up to 4 players can play, which is really cool because not a lot of games do that. Did you press B?
Yeah.
So again, if you press B, the
It'll
just restart.
Yeah, it'll reward a point to your opponent because they won.
There we go. So if I take the lead here, then I get another point. So right now I'm at 2 points because Sam technically forfeited for one and I won the other one. And you just kind of keep going here. And I believe it's up to 3 points, right, Sam?
Yeah, whoever gets 3 points pretty much wins. So when you have 4 players, it can obviously go up to, I think, 13 times. So,
well, 4 times 3, right? Oh no, I don't fucking.
Can't.
I can't math.
No, sorry, it'd be 9. It'd be 4 times 2.
Math was not my strong suit. Okay.
Plus an extra. Ooh.
Oh, you just eked me out there. Okay. And then, oh, looks like my controller is dying here. There we go.
We both had 2 points.
Yeah, my controller is fucked.
Okay, apparently his controller's dead. So anyways.
But there we go. So that was split screen. And then the secret mode, Sam will quickly show you here. This is actually pretty cool. We're not going to show you every secret mode, but you can basically input a random amount of triggers there, like from your face buttons, and a different mode will pop up. So here we actually landed on Arcade Stunt. And again, there's modes like kind of similar to Mario Kart where you get like power-ups and stuff like that. There's stunt modes like we have here.
And then some of them will come with like almost like kind of like affects the physics engine like a little bit where you got fun. And I can't remember the other 2, but there's 2 more like kind of like game altering. Like
Smash, I think, was one where again, Trackmania is typically a game where there's no physical cars in the environment, but Smash makes each car physical, so you can actually hit your opponent into a wall and stuff like that. So that's pretty sweet. All right.
So if you still want to play by yourself but play with people online, we have online racing. We'll just show you maybe like one online race.
Yeah.
So I think it'll actually be a little easier if I just show you creating your own lobby. You can have some courses can have 64 people playing.
Yep.
There's game modes of time attack, rounds. Obviously, I don't think I've played one with 50 rounds on it, but I think you can maybe change that later on.
That floats your boat?
Yeah, you can play the multi-lap ones with 3 laps, time attack with all the stunt. What should we explain what a stunt one is?
Yeah, we can quickly go into the
and then obviously you got all the track styles and then duration. So we'll quickly go back to multiplayer to show off a stunt.
Yeah. And also a quick note on the multiplayer as well for local multiplayer. In the single player campaign, if you unlock a series like the red series, you will automatically get all red tracks available to you in multiplayer. So whatever series you unlock, even if you haven't completed the series in single player, you can finish that series in multiplayer. So I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, so
I only got the first 4 I only unlocked the first environment for the series, but as we'll see when we go back to multiplayer. No, I want to get there. This one.
Now we will have all of the red tracks.
Yes, which is really a nice feature if you just kind of want to play a bunch of multiplayer. You just have to unlock the first black series and you got all the available maps on the game. So we'll just quickly show you a stunt game. There we go. Okay, so we got arcade. We're gonna just do solo. It's also kind of interesting because they random all of the like paint jobs. So The one thing with Stunt is you can hold your right thumbstick, push up, and you can do crazy stunts like that. Obviously, I screwed up, but
Yeah, try not to fly off the track, but...
So pretty much the left thumbstick spins your car like so, and also controls that axis. I don't remember what it is.
Your barrel roll or whatever.
And then your right trigger will make you do a barrel roll.
Yeah, and you can combine those, and if you land these stunts, you actually get turbo boost, which you can then use to... We'll see if Sam can do that there.
No, you have to pretty much do a full spin.
Yeah, you have to... They'll have like 360 spins, flips, barrel rolls.
I'll just show you like this.
There we go.
As you got a 540 spin, now you got a little thing above your speedo with LB. I'll just restart. I still got it. And if you use your LB, you get a little turbo boost.
Yeah, so the more stunts you finish, the more turbo boost you get in order to get better speeds and finish the race, right? So again, pretty cool mode. There we go. All right, so next up here, we're gonna be jumping into, or actually,
we'll actually show you an online race.
Yeah.
Just so you can kind of get a hang of what's going on. So obviously, it'll kind of give you a description on the left of what tracks are on based on the color and the time attack. This one's going to be 10 minutes. Obviously, we're not going to play a full 10 minutes. And there's 2 people on this level. And it shows you the 3 tracks that are actually in
or the
playlist.
3 environments that are in the playlist there, right?
Yeah, but I think the right picture shows you the actual maps that are in the
okay,
playlist.
yeah, I was looking at the left one there, yeah. Loading times again.
Also to mention, we mentioned in the first single player review, but we are on an Xbox One, so I don't actually particularly know how fast it'd be on a PlayStation 4 or on the computer, but that's usually about how long they are.
Generally, PlayStation 4 is probably going to be very similar because it's the same hard drive.
Yeah.
Computer, obviously, if you're running a solid state drive or a higher speed hard drive, it'll probably be faster loading times there for you.
So this is a player-made map. You can usually tell by the top left. It says Boki or whatever his name is.
Boyki!
His name on the top left there. He's made a long, and his variety is his playlist. And this is Too Long Lol.
And again, like the awesome thing about this game is in the multiplayer online, like there's a great community just constantly making crazy maps. So it, like you can just have unlimited fun with this, and you'll probably always be playing different maps every time. So it's pretty sweet.
So if you want to see other people's times, obviously I don't think anyone else has made it through. But
there we go. He made it through.
Now we have 4 people instead of 3. But yeah, you can even spectate someone if you want.
Yeah. And again, like this game is kind of like an international based tournament, so everyone has their flag, so you can see we're representing Canada very badly here right now. But again, it kind of adds like a cool, like almost like FIFA-ish feel to it, where it's like a global world competition. So it's pretty cool.
So you can invite a friend if anyone was on, and then you can favorite the playlist or report it if something bad is going on. So yeah, that's pretty much an overview of
all the different gameplay types and modes that you get in Trackmania Turbo multiplayer. All right, so now we're gonna score the gameplay portion of our review. So what did you think, Sam?
I'd probably give it a 4.
Yeah.
For the overall package of it. It was there's a lot to do. There's a few game modes that in my opinion are like really cool when you think of them concept wise, but I think it kind of sucks because they're pretty map dependent on some of them, but most of them I think are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I give it a 4 as well. Same reasons, basically. You get a ton of content for the gameplay. You get the 4 different local multiplayer modes. You get like unlimited online racing, and there's basically just the multiplayer portion has so much stuff here for you guys to do. The other thing is, the reason I docked it to 1 point is specifically even for the secret maps.
Yeah, that would be mine too.
They introduced really cool modes, but they didn't feel flushed out. It didn't feel like they really, like for example, there's like a Mario Kart type mode, which kind of gives you certain power-ups and stuff, but most of the tracks don't really play nice with that mode, and it just kind of felt like something they threw in, but they were cool concepts.
Yeah. Obviously, content-wise, this game, as we've said in both single player review and this one, is enormous. It's pretty much infinite, especially on the multiplayer side. You can go online and find pretty much anyone's map creations or them using the Nadeo maps. So can get pretty hectic and crazy that way. Make your global ranking better through online if you placed really well on those. So
yeah, and you get so many different modes online, never really gets boring. There's always new tracks by content creators and the community out there, which is pretty passionate for Trackmania, so you're always going to find new stuff to do. On top of that, I love the fact that this game has a full fleshed out local multiplayer mode, which is something most games these days don't have anymore. So 4-player split screen, then you get the hot seat mode, you get all these kind of pass the controller around modes as well, and then the double driver, which is a unique concept I've never seen before.
That one's pretty insane.
Yeah, for both just 2 people, or again, if you have like 8 people, you can have like 4 groups of 2 people doing double driver competitions. Like it's really cool. So I really enjoyed the content in this game. I would literally, my score for this is going to be a 5 out of 5 for content. I think it, again, the asking price for this game, just for multiplayer alone, is worth it. So,
and I think the one thing that's really cool is that they actually thought about, hey, maybe someone only has 1 controller at home and still play 16 people on the hot seat mode, or arcade can go pretty much endless. If you have 2 controllers, hey, now you can do double driver on arcade between as many people as you got at your house that day or whatever. So I think that way it kind of improved the content like crazy amounts.
So are you going to give it a 5 or what?
Yeah, I give it definitely a 5.
5s for both of us on that one. In terms of visuals, again, for most multiplayer modes, this game holds up really well, especially the kind of the single screen pass the controller and double driver mode still run at the same frame rate, and there's no graphical downgrades or anything, so it's the same as single player in that sense. The only thing is, I think we both noticed, especially in split screen, obviously the frame rate's not going to be as solid because, well, it's now rendering 2 or 4 different...
just on the 2 players we were doing, we noticed, especially since we decided to try it out more on a bigger screen TV, you can notice the screen tearing, I think, significantly more on split screen.
Now, take it with a little bit of grain of salt. We're on Xbox One. I'm not too sure exactly how the PlayStation 4 holds up. Generally, though, they are pretty close. The PlayStation might have a few better or a few less frame rate drops or anything like that. But in general, that's going to be what you're going to see on consoles here. The other thing is, obviously, like in split screen, the water and the lighting get downgraded a bit to keep that frame rate decent. So in general, I didn't have too many issues with it, but you can definitely tell, obviously, because of the limitations of the hardware of consoles, some compromises had to be made there. But in general, still holds up pretty well.
The graphics-wise, it was pretty good. Now, the finish of the game is pretty much second to none in both me and Askar's opinion. They really nailed the finish of the game. It's really... definitely really thought out, and the creativity is, like I said, in the content where they think, oh, maybe someone only has 1 Xbox controller, or they have 2. It really, in my personal opinion, they really thought out how we should think of the hot seat mode, the arcade mode. oh, maybe they have 4 controllers at home, or that they can get their friend to bring one. So we'll have an add a split screen.
Yeah.
And then the secret to just make it go over the top, kind of, it was really cool that way, where they also kind of added the arcade type of feel with all the buttons and stuff to like get the secret modes and stuff. So that way it really had that feel of an arcade game.
They did put a lot of thought into it. Like Trackmania obviously has always been a PC kind of base game, and bringing it to consoles, they did a really good job of saying, hey, we're not just focusing on the online portion, but it's on a console. Let's support the local multiplayer scene as well. And they did that full out. Even if everything wasn't 100% fleshed out, there's still so much there that it really makes up for it. So I'm going to give the graphics and finish portion a 4 out of 5 on my end. What about you?
I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think the screen tearing it can get a little, in my opinion, a little ridiculous in split screen. And we only did it with 2 players, so I could imagine it could get pretty rough maybe in 4 players split screen. But
yeah, I'm sure it'll still hold up, but it won't.
Yeah.
You will see the screen tearing here and there, and it's just, I mean, it's something that you can't complain too much about.
Yeah.
Every time you kind of have multiple screens that you're rendering, just like in any multiplayer game, once you go split screen, you're usually going to see frame rate drops and the like, and graphic downgrades. But it'd been nice if they maybe just polished it so they could get rid of the screen tearing, even if it meant, maybe doing a little bit more graphics downgrade or something like that, just so it's a smooth experience across the board. But yeah, this thing's still pretty decent scores here. So 4 and 3.5, you said, right? Yeah. So the overall multiplayer experience, again, is great. For the online portion, generally everything works pretty smoothly. So it's typically easy to join matches, and the community is really, really good. There's lots of people out there making maps. You don't get too much trolling or swearing, stuff like that. So it's fun. It's a good experience online. The only thing I noticed was that there are some matches that are kind of really hard to join. So like you'll click on it and it'll say connection lost.
Yeah, it's not really, I think, explained well or labeled well to show like, because what we initially thought was that like on the side it'll show you like the level and like what like a green box, a yellow triangle, and I think a red triangle, I think something like that.
Yeah.
And we thought that that's what like the latency type thing was. Maybe
but
we're wrong. It could be, but
it's not labeled very well. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know if was what it was or not, but it didn't seem like it because we would try to join green.
Nothing
it would
happened.
just all of a sudden tell us, "Oh, you can't connect," and it'd be like, "Okay,
and then,
why is that happening?" So in that way, it was kind of weird, but
yeah. Aside from that, pretty solid experience. Just wish that some things would be organized and labeled a little bit nicer, and that they would also, I don't know what it is, like some tracks you just can't really join. So
yeah.
But aside from that, most of the time you'll find something. So
yeah. And the thing is, obviously, based on how this game is designed, I don't think you can do the Smash mode online from what I know or experienced. So you don't really have to deal with lag from other people as much. I think that's a good design statement from this game is because obviously you're only really racing other people's ghosts.
Yeah.
You're pretty much never really needing to. You'll notice like skips of ghosts. All of a sudden it'll look like they're going through walls and stuff, but it is just kind of like the game just showing you what's going on more than...
Those skips don't affect your actual game. It just looks weird, but again, you're just racing against the clock, so whatever time you finish at is the time it records. So there is no... It doesn't matter if someone has an amazing connection and yours is iffy. As long as you can connect to the game, then you'll have a fair shot at winning. Unless your connection sucks so bad that you just... like it skips your game as well. But
from what I could tell, I never...
Yeah, that never happened. So
I never got any latency issues or lag issues once I actually got into a game.
Yeah, if your internet generally doesn't give you any issues, it won't here. And if your internet does give you issues, it'll obviously give you issues here, like any multiplayer game. Yeah. But very, very solid design on that point.
Yeah.
So I believe for that guy, I'm gonna give it a 4 again.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4 just because it is kind of annoying when you see everything's all, you're looking at what the game modes and stuff are. You're like, oh yeah, I really want to join that, and the echelon level's not too high, so you're like, oh yeah, I can join that game. Then you try to join, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope. All right, and so we're at the outro / overall scores of our portion of our video here.
So what does the total up to, Sam?
On my end, it's a 16.5 out of 20.
17 on my end. Again, I'm eking out 0.5 ahead of Sam here, but let us know if you agree or disagree with our scores. We'll also have the polls up in our Twitter and Facebook page. Facebook group and then our Twitter page. So you can also suggest to the community if you think this game is a buy, a trade, or a pass. So there you go.
For later videos, we're hoping to actually have the polls out beforehand for the game, so we can actually show you guys after we give our scores. We'll maybe show it after, like, this is what the community says or whatever. Yeah. So if you guys really like the video or have any ideas on how we could implement the community part in our video, leave a comment down below. As always, leave a like so we can get more people watching our videos and maybe, you know, joining our community polls and stuff. So
all right, guys, have a good one.
And subscribe as always.